I stand before you brimming with hope. Hope for a future aligned with the values we hold dear: equality, justice, and human dignity for all. It is my privilege to address you on the profound significance of India-Africa relations in the 21st century, the heartland values across borders, the pivotal role of the United States and India, and the power of culture in unifying the world. We gather to celebrate an ancient bond between India and Africa. Histories intertwined for centuries, from ancient trade routes to solidarity in the struggle for independence. This shared history binds India and 54 African countries in a unique way, fostering mutual respect and fraternity. The footsteps of our ancestors traversing the Indian Ocean laid the foundation of friendship between our nations. Today, in partnership, we renew that commitment to walk hand in hand towards a future of shared prosperity. I applaud Prime Minister Modi's proposal to include the African Union as a full member of the G20. The Global South can now shape policies impacting our world. With this privilege comes duty to be the voice of the marginalized, uphold democratic values, and foster human dignity.
Of course, heaping praises on the Prime Minister for the inclusion, for setting the stage for the inclusion of the African Union. And when we're talking about the African Union, that's again an important aspect to look at, Nancy. Stage set for African Union to get group membership. As leaders started to arrive for the G20 summit, the diplomatic and media focus seemed divided mainly between two issues: a seemingly unattainable joint declaration due to a lack of consensus on the Ukraine war, and the likely inclusion of African Union, AU, into the group that drives international economic cooperation. A G20 summit without a consensus document is rare, if not unprecedented, but an agreement to grant the African Union permanent membership of the group may help India more than just salvage the situation. As Times of India had reported on Thursday, there seemed to be a consensus finally, including the African Union 55-member group with a combined GDP of $2.4 trillion in the G20. Looking to reinforce India's commitment to the Global South, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had written to all G20 leaders in June saying that African Union be granted full membership. African Union likely to join the G20 at the Delhi summit. What do you make of it, Nancy?
Well, I think that, it was high time that we included them. Africa is not the Africa that we, used to talk about. It's developed, it's important to provide them a platform, because it was high time that, we included them into it, because, they are also, a developing country, and I think it's important that we finally gave them the platform to talk about issues, because, we have always been, they have the issues, their, the connection, the trade deals that we have with Africa has always been, underrated. We have never talked about it, and I think it's important that we are including them in the global stage, and we are finally talking to them.